Hi guys, happy Saturday. So I'm out and about running some errands, and I just finished up at the Apple store, and it took me, well, I got there before they opened at 10 and it is now 12:30. So it did take an hour to actually have the repair done, but then when I came back to pick up my phone, I learned something very interesting, which took another hour to do while I was at the store, and I'm not complaining because I think I got something good out of it. So what I did was I heard that there was a battery replacement program that Apple was offering if your battery was not acting right after doing several updates, because that seems to be the issue with Apple. I believe what happens is the more you update your phone, it can lose performance, or you could sacrifice some battery. So the phone opts toward sacrificing battery over performance, and so therefore you may notice that your battery drains faster, or it acts kind of erratically after you update. Sometimes it just shuts off randomly when you have 40% battery, and it won't let you turn it back on unless you plug it into the charging port. So that's what was happening to my phone, and not so much the shutting off. My old phone used to do that, but this one, the battery would just die and drain really fast. So when I heard about this replacement program for $29, I jumped right on it. So I called Apple. I reserved a battery. So this is the process. You call Apple. They reserve a battery for you. You tell them which is the closest Apple store that you want to go to have the repair done when your battery becomes available. Now, there are only a limited number of batteries available, so you have to reserve it, and it's a first come, first served basis, is what I understand. So I reserved my battery, and it took about, I want to say maybe 2 to 3 weeks for them to contact me to tell me that my battery was ready and that I could go and have the repair done. And I had only, I believe it is a week to do it. Otherwise, then they release your battery back into the wild for someone else to get. The very next day, Saturday, I made sure to get to the Apple store. I made sure to get to the Apple store early before they opened, because they did say that it could take a while to do. So to make sure to get there, don't get there closer to 3 hours before closing, because it can take up to 3 hours for them to do the repair, depending on how backed up they are. I got there, there was already people waiting in line, and there was, before the store opened, and there was an Apple employee checking people in on his little iPad and, you know, getting you know, your name and everything. So I waited outside for about, I don't know, 10 minutes in the cold, but it wasn't that cold, so it was okay. And then he had us stand in line until the store opened, and then you go in, and then, you know, right away they take care of you. They were really fast, and I must say that I am very impressed with the way that Apple runs their customer service when you go to the store, because that place is always crowded. I mean, and it was a big store, the one I went to, and it was packed with people. I'm glad I got there early, because when I came back to pick up my phone an hour later, they were telling people that the repair time was taking 2.5 hours at that point. So I'm very happy that I did. While I was waiting for it to be repaired, I went to Warby Parker. I tried on some glasses. I asked about replacing some lenses. I love Warby Parker. And then I went to Macy's, and I just checked out handbags, and oh, I'm in love. I'm in love, and it's not a Dooney. I love the Michael Kors Bristol, the medium Bristol. The pebbled leather is so nice, and it's just a cute. Anyway, I just looked around at them, and it was locked up, and I didn't want to ask her to unlock it, but I really, really loved it. It was just the plain one without any embellishments, and it was in a navy color, and it was just so pretty. Okay, I just went off on a huge tangent. Back to my story about Apple. So when I went back there to pick up my phone an hour later, they right away took care of me, like within 5 minutes. And this girl, I believe her name was Alex, she was multitasking like like I've never seen before, and just handling it really well. She was getting a little stressed out, but I understandably so, because my repair took a little bit more customer care than the usual repair that goes smoothly, and I'll get into that. So they tell you when you drop your phone off that if it's compromised, the interior of your phone is damaged in any way from water, they won't be able to replace the battery. Or, you know, if something else happens where it's damaged in there and it doesn't work, then they won't be able to replace your battery, and they'll let you know when you come in. I think they were also saying that if something is damaged in your phone, that the battery will not fix the problem and your phone is damaged, then they can replace the phone for you for $2.99. Pretty sure that's what I was hearing from other people, because I was sitting there for an hour. And if your battery replacement goes smoothly, then it's just $29 or $31.18, I believe exactly, and they just do the transaction, give you your phone, and you're good to go. However, when I got there, they told me that somehow the new battery did not make my phone function, and it's a kind of a situation that sometimes happens when you put a new part into an old phone. It just will not take. She said they were going to swap out my phone with a new phone for me at the cost of the battery replacement for $29. Essentially, the phone is not a brand new phone. They call it a remanufactured phone, but it's remanufactured from new phones that have never been used by a human being. So these are phones that are manufactured in their normal facility, but some part in there or something, when they go through their final check, is not working exactly right. So instead of throwing the whole thing away and deeming it, you know, a loss, they take out parts that are still good and they put it into another one, and they kind of make a new phone out of it. So it's almost like it's a Frankenstein phone. So I now have a Frankenstein iPhone 6S Plus. It's my same exact phone that I had before, the same model, the same memory, and all that. So I guess it's a good deal for $29 or $31.18. I have essentially a brand new phone. When they replace your battery, your new battery is warranted for, did she say 90 days? I believe 90 days. And that's the same case with this phone, my new phone. So if I have any problems with it, I can take it back and they'll replace it with another one. So that's that. That's my Apple repair story. So if you guys are having trouble with your battery, or you're just not happy with the battery life anymore on your old phone, and you were thinking that it's time to trade in your phone and get a new one, this is actually an option. So I believe that anybody can do it. So you just call Apple service and set up a repair. And so hopefully this phone now will last me a nice, you know, maybe a year or two. I won't have to get a new one, because I was actually thinking that after I was done paying this one off, I'll own it, because it will have been 2 years. That I was just going to go and upgrade my phone, but there's really no need to now. Short story long, I am on my way to the outlet mall, because this Apple store that I went to is in that same direction, and I'm not very far. And so I thought, why not go? I haven't been there since October. I wasn't going to go until our spring meetup, because I just wanted it to feel like, you know, I haven't been there in so long, and it'll be new and exciting because I won't see what they'll have had there. But I figured as long as I'm halfway there, I might as well just go the rest of the way. And I have nothing to do today, so why not? I don't plan on buying anything today, because I just really want to save my pennies and wait until our big meetup so that I can make some purchases then. But if they have something on my wish list, it's there, and if it's in the right color and I really like it, then maybe I'll just go ahead and get it now. I do have a gift card from Christmas from my mother-in-law that I was saving for the meetup, but maybe that bag won't be there when we do the meetup, and I'll lose out. So I just have to play it by ear. But now this Bristol from Michael Kors is over here making some white noise, and I'm thinking, But, you know, I'm a Dooney girl, and sometimes when I buy a different brand, I just don't reach for it much, but I'm thinking that bag was really, really cute. I think I would reach for that. Drinking coffee. I left the house really early. Well, not really early, but for a Saturday, you know, I left at like 8:30. So I made myself a cup of coffee and took it to go, but it got cold while it was sitting in the car while I was with Apple for like 2 hours. I can't wait for our meetup. We're thinking, like, I think we ended up with either like end of April or early May, I think. And it'll be so fun. I can't wait to meet you guys. There's going to be a few people coming in from out of town and other neighboring like states that are close enough to drive. People from like way far out of town. So I'm really excited about meeting you guys. So yeah, that's like the thing that's been on my mind so much. Like, oh my gosh, it's getting close. It's getting close, and it's going to be so fun. But I think we're planning on, you know, we'll meet there at the outlet mall. Of course, we're going to go to Dooney. And then whatever, you know, other shopping everyone wants to do. And then we're probably going to go have lunch or dinner somewhere or something like that. Make a day of it. It's going to be really fun. And I didn't really wear the most comfortable shoes today. I don't know, because my feet are kind of hurting. I was trying to be cute today, you know, cute shoes and not wear my big old roughy warm boots for a change and just like look fashionable. So when I try on the Dooneys, I will look somewhat, you know, good in them and not like a frumpy old, in my big old puffy coat, frumpy old lady. So I probably should have just gone with my gut and wore comfy shoes. So anyway, and I'm kind of getting hungry, but the food court over there is just like nothing really healthy. Last night we had pizza, and I didn't eat gluten-free crust pizza, which I usually try to do, and we had pepperoni and sausage, and that stuff was salty. It was almost to the point of not even tasting good. It was too salty, and I think it was the fault of the pepperoni, actually. And it was from a place we don't usually order from because we went for the good deal instead of the tried and true place we know is good that we always order from. So, you know, you live and you learn. You get what you pay for. I mean, yeah, so today I have to go back to being good. But I'm really hungry, and that food court has, like, you know, the Japanese and Chinese and all that good stuff, but that's also so greasy. I don't know. It's so hard staying healthy. It really is. When you are a person of no willpower like myself, it is really hard staying good, especially when you're really hungry. But I've been being really good since, like, right, you know, in the beginning of January. I've been really trying to make good choices and staying away from wheat and processed sugars. You know, I've been eating fruit and stuff, that's natural sugar, and I'm watching that too, but the processed sugar, and just trying to remember, like, when you put something in your mouth, if it's a processed food, a lot of it has chemicals in it, and your body does not understand chemicals. Your cells don't understand chemicals. So it has a hard time processing, and that's when things get crazy in your body and disease happens. So I'm really trying to be conscious of that, even though I want that burger or I want that, you know, packaged treat or whatever. I'm just really saying, nope, it's not going to be good for my body. I'm not going to eat it. So, but sometimes I just give myself a treat. But I do notice that when I start to eat sugar, again, like a few things with even like an organic preserves or jam I've been putting on my toast in the morning, I start to crave sugar again. And so I know I can't have sugar if I don't eat it. And also cutting out wheat helps too. I don't crave it. And then I don't have that inner struggle anymore. And that is the key, because then you're not always wanting something and fighting with yourself and everything. It's really the way to go for me, and it works. So I have to not cheat as often, because then I won't have those craving issues. I can't believe it's 12:51 already. Oh my gosh, I was there for a long time, but I'm pretty happy with what happened. And oh my gosh, why is this so... I don't think I can park here. There's like no room between these aisles, probably because of the snow. Okay, I'm not much of a talker. I probably never talked this much in my life. Okay, in a parking spot. Here we are. I don't know. I will try to film in there, but I don't know how it's gonna... Okay guys, going in. Hi guys, so I'm back from my excursion, and wouldn't you know it, do you remember how I said I was not planning on making any purchases at the outlet? Well, as usual, the outlet has a way of reining me in. And if I had my choice, I would have made 2 more purchases because I fell in love with 2 more bags. But this one is one that's kind of been on my wish list. I do have another bag in this style in a different leather, and I said to myself, when I go back there, if it's on sale in this other leather and they have the color that I'm looking for, I think I'm gonna get it. So yes, I have a bag, and I used my gift card from my mother-in-law, and then I just had to pay a little bit extra, so thank you, Joan. I love it. So let's reveal. And they always put it in the dust bag for you, which is really nice. They're so nice there. I love the SAs at my outlet in Aurora. It's always the same one, so it's a familiar face when you walk in there. They always greet you. They offer to help, but then when you say, no, I'm just looking, they stand back and they let you do your thing. And they always go the extra mile. And I tell you about this bag, what they did for me today. Here we go. This is the Mindy. It's just the regular size Mindy, but there's a small and a larger one, and it's in the Saffiano leather in the color Elephant. And it was on clearance, so this is final sale. And here I will show you the tag. And what really got me about this, it's really not coming off on camera well, but it's in a nice deep color gray, like elephant grayish brown, but to me it looks more like a darker gray here. But this edging, all of the sealing on the sides is like a deep plumish red color. And with this gray, together with this gray, it is so beautiful. So there was a little piece of something here on it that felt like it was either a cut in the coating, or it was one of those little glue things that sometimes are left there and you can just like peel off. Well, I was trying to peel it off and I couldn't. And so I asked the SA, do you think that's glue or do you think that's a cut? And she goes, oh, let me see. So she's trying to work at it, you know, gently work at it. And then she even brought over one of the other SAs and she was working at it with an eraser. And it took them a long time, but it was coming off. So they said, we think it's glue. I said, if it's glue, I'm fine with that. I just didn't want it to be a cut in the coating because then eventually that's something you really can't repair. So she got it almost off, and then she said, hold on, let me go on the back. I have a different eraser back there. And so she worked on it some more and said, here, you tell me if you think it's okay. So I'm looking at it and I couldn't see it on either side. I couldn't remember what side it was on. So she obviously was able to fix it. And then I had forgotten that, you know, when she was in the back looking if they had another one, I noticed something funny on the stitching here. And I totally forgot about that when I said, I'll take it, after she had cleared off the glue. But there's just, it's kind of a funny stitch. Sometimes I think it's like the last stitch that ends up being a little bit kind of, you know, messy, and so that is just some thread there, and it's kind of rough. I was able to clip off. It was even messier, but I clipped off some, and so that's just like a one big kind of chunky stitch. It's okay. It's on the inside of the strap. I'm not going to let it bother me. I love this style. It's such a cute little crossbody, and I love it unzipped. You can zip it up or you can keep it unzipped, and I just love how it looks with the little danglies. And I also have it in the pebbled leather and the caramel. So there are the two Mindys. I just love this cute little crossbody. And so I don't know if you can see the color there. Yeah, maybe that's coming off a little better. See that like red against the gray? Oh my God, that's so pretty. So since it was on clearance and it was the last one they had, I couldn't let it go. There was another bag that I really loved. Oh my gosh, it was so pretty. I finally tried on, it's in the Patterson collection. And I don't know the name of it. It's the one that QVC had as a Today Special Value, but in Saffiano leather, you know, with the light colored handles. It's kind of got that little basket shape. So I tried that one on in the Patterson, but the color was so gorgeous. It was in the color, I believe it was fawn. It was such a creamy kind of a light latte, like creamy color. And then the handles were a nice, really kind of a light tan. Well, you guys know the Patterson collection. Was a little deeper than the cream color on here. It was so pretty, but it was only 40% off. So I said to myself, when we go for the meetup, if they still have that, that's what I'm going to get. Unless there's something else that catches my eye more, which usually does happen to me. But also they had the Florentine Amelie tote. I believe it's the tote with the two longer handles that stick up. Love that bag. They had that on clearance in both colors that I was looking at last time I was there in October when I bought this bag. And it was, I believe it was $174. And it's normally like a $400 bag. Black and natural are the ones I was looking at. I was leaning more toward black. The natural one was a little beat up. Black was also kind of beat up, but you know, it had some scratches, but it had some kind of deeper scratches that did not look like they could easily be buffed out. So I was a little bit deterred from that, but I still love that bag. I don't know how well it would stay on my shoulder. Even the one in the Patterson collection that I tried on, I don't know how well it would stay on my shoulder with the two straps, but I just love that edgy silver tone hardware with the big grommets in the straps. I think it looks so cool and modern. And the color would be a perfect summer tote. And I will be sad if when we go back there, they don't have that, because that's the next one on my wish list. So there we go. The Mindy in Saffiano Elephant with the gorgeous plum deep red edging. I think if this bag didn't have that detail, maybe I wouldn't be so drawn to it, but I think it's just stunning. So thanks guys for joining me. I hope you're having a great weekend. It is snowing like crazy outside right now, and I thought it was supposed to rain, but it's really pretty. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.